I'm Rebecca Robinson. I work for Inpress Books, which is a sales and marketing organisation who help independent publishers get their books into bookshops. I'm here today because we've been organising a day of events about sort of what it's like to get a book published. So everyone wants to write a book, but then what happens next? How do you find a publisher? How do you promote it? How does it end up in a bookshop?
The single most important thing is to know what you're writing and why you're writing it, why you think your writing should be in a book and why that book should be on the shelf, because shelf space is really tight. If you don't know, just wanting to be published is not enough. You've got to know why the world needs your book.
I think that's right. I agree with Andy, and I think you need to know the market that you're heading for. Get your material as good as you possibly can before you submit. Make sure you pay attention to any submission guidelines, because otherwise, if you don't, your material will hit the bin before it's even read. And be patient. I've just finished a Geoffrey Deaver book called The Never Game, because I'm interviewing him at Theakston's Old Peculiar Crime Writing Festival in July, and so I'm prepping for that, and it was absolutely brilliant. I think it's out next week.
Well, we're currently reading each other's books actually for this event, but so I've been reading and massively enjoying The Ghosting of Armstrong, which is a fascinating tale of real life witchcraft accusations and allegations in the sort of late 1600s, sort of 1670s.
I'm reading a book called Mrs. Bridge, which I'd never heard of, but I just saw on somebody's table. It's written in the 1940s in America, in small town America, and it's about a housewife. It doesn't sound very exciting, but it is very exciting, who leads a totally materially satisfied life and a spiritually barren one.
I've got a book called We Know What We Are, which is a collection of short stories set in Hull during 2017.
Lovely, and
from Obliterati Press, one of the small presses that we should be championing.
I'm just reading my way through R.H. Motteram's Spanish Farm trilogy, First World War novels, which are fantastic. I've missed these. I don't know how I've missed them. Really amazing.
I am reading the unauthorised biography of Ezra Moss, and it comes directly out of my interests in American fiction. My master's degree was in American studies, and it just reminds me of the heyday of the greats like Thomas Pynchon, and in fact I can't help feeling Ezra Moss, Oedipus Moss from Crying Wolf Dinah. And I just love that sort of thing. I love texts that just proliferate and swirl, and the more you read in a way, the less you know. But that also becomes the reason to keep reading. It sort of replaces the plot, if you see what I mean.
I am currently reading a very saucy Mills and Boon book, because nothing clears the brain after a day of literary fiction and poetry than just something that helps you unwind.
I like Daniel Woodrell. He's an American writer. I'm sort of devouring everything he does at the minute. He wrote Winter's Bone, which was turned into a film, but his other books include Tomato, Red, Death of Sweet Mister. Yeah, Daniel Woodrell.
Ross MacDonald, Raymond Chandler and Dashiell Hammett are kind of the three, sort of the sort of holy trinity of hard-boiled crime writers. And I'm just discovering Ross MacDonald, who I read a first book by him called The Galton Case a couple of years ago, and it was amazing.
Michael Connelly's The Black Echo, which is a debut novel set in Los Angeles, and was fantastic when it came out. I think it was 1992. That got me reading crime fiction. That is the kind of writer I want to be.
It's William Faulkner, the American novelist, who is without a doubt my favourite novelist. There's no question. And I'm particularly rereading Go Down Moses at the moment. But he is just wonderful at doing what I think both of us try to do, and that is engage with history and reality from all sorts of very strange angles that make you see things you would never have thought of seeing before. And the language, you mustn't forget the language.
Not everyone can write a literary novel, and this event sort of was designed to appeal to people who write historical fiction, romance. We've had romance writers here before. Anything that brings joy is valid literature, in our opinion, not just literary work.
For me, it would be a Graham Greene novel, a 1936 Graham Greene novel called The Confidential Agent. It was one of the first Graham Greene novels I ever read, and The Milkman was coming up the drive, and I still hadn't finished it. I hadn't realised that I'd sat up all night reading it, and that's when I thought, I want to do this. I want to be, of course, I'm never going to be as good as Graham Greene, but I wanted a piece of that.
Oh, I need to read that one.
It's fantastic, really. Make you cry.